Get some of that in here. Okay, so this could easily have some oil on it. That would help, but this is getting so hard that I'm not going to worry about that right now. So push it down the bottom. And start to work it up the sides. This one ought to be interesting because it has this it's terracotta, that's one thing, and it has the it's terracotta and it has the stones in it. So we'll just keep going here. More. And this I think I'll put around in one of these loops like this. Maybe a little bit at a time. Yes. Just put him down in there, squish him out, and I'm going to let the edge crack like it cracks. Okay? That's what I'm going to do. Okay, so you over here like this. Push out. Push out. It's going to be a nice heavy pot. Okay, so and I hope I have enough. I think I do. It's getting hard quick. Okay, so we're going to put some here, some here, some here, and then the rest of this we'll put on that end. Put right here. Okay, I think that'll do. Now let's start squishing. Squishing this together. Squish, squish. Squish, squish, squish over here. Squish. Squish in, squish up. There. Go over here so you can see a little better. I hope you can see. All I'm doing is taking the old concrete. The bottom is pretty thick. So I'm taking the old concrete that's left. And I'm bringing it up the sides of this plastic container. Now, I did not grease the plastic container. I did not grease it. And the reason I didn't is because I want this to come out when it's done. And as is in many things, it's not even. The top isn't even. But there's a few spots where I want it to be a little more than it is. So that's one. Okay. Where else? A little higher. Top's still going to be slightly cracked. I need to bring you out a little. And some's going to be quite a bit higher than the rest. That's one spot where it could be a little higher. Okay. This, I'm having trouble with those things in the center there, aren't I? You know you're having a bad day when inanimate objects start to get in your way too much. Okay, so trying to bring this up a little bit higher in a few places, and that's one of them. Another. So I think this concrete is doing to me what the other does, which makes sense. The water is coming to the surface of it, which in this case is a vertical surface. It's coming to the vertical surface and seeping down. So the top of the concrete is getting less moist, and the bottom is getting more. And that means that it sags. See, I thought this concrete was no good at all for this. I thought it was going to be way too dry. And it turns out it's almost too wet. Okay, so let's keep going around here for a little while. So I don't know how, I don't have access to a kiln or any way to fire clay. I would like to know from anyone who knows if the heat of a chimenea is enough to fire clay. And I don't know that it is. I'm trying to take a little off the bottom, and that's okay because that's where it's all ending up, is on the bottom. And the more I do this, the more it's going to set, and then it'll stay where it is. So I got to keep going because I want it to be, the walls to be a little higher. Okay, so this will be nice. I don't think I have any. Yeah, I do. I have one I can think of. Handmade terracotta style pots. I have one. It's patterned after a plain old. It's patterned after a plain old flower pot. In fact, I might have used a flower pot to make it. Okay, so one more time around here. Smear this stuff up higher. This thing has a handle in the lid. This lid. It's the lid to my bird feeder food, and it's my fourth place where I do this, when all the others are filled with things that I've done. Okay, I'll keep going. At the bottom only. Push, push, push. There's probably a way to do this with a centrifuge so that it spins and doesn't come out. I don't know. Maybe there is. Okay, so looks like it's going to be about some places higher than others. That's one. Doesn't need all that there. Okay, so we're going to fix that. This is where it needs it. And we're going to try to make it stay. And we're going to try to make you have some juice, as they say. Okay, that works. A little bit more of this up here. That. Yeah, that's more music that I can get into. It's rock, you know, it's plain old rock. I will say his musical taste is varied and much more than mine, I'll tell you. I think he's a professional player, so in most places, playing professionally means that you have to know pop tunes, because that's what people pay to hear. And if you can play them like the original, it's even better. Then they can pretend that you are the original. And I like to pretend I'm the original too. Okay, so you're low right there. That's just too low. Let's get you up higher. Looks like the inside of this pot's going to be smooth because I've been playing with it so long. Some of this is just too thin at the top, but you can see that it still sags because it's still in the hole at the bottom here. That was one thick pot. I'll try to get some of this over here while it still has some chance of doing that. That's better. Okay, I just figured out who it is. It's James Brown. So, James Brown is a winner. There's a reason that bands like Tower of Power pay tribute to James Brown. There's a reason. He's giant. Okay. So, what I was going to say, if you're a professional hoping to make your living by playing, then you're going to have to probably make some concessions as far as what you play and what you like to play. Here. Yeah, I don't know the name of this tune, but it doesn't matter. It's James Brown. I wish I could do his scream, but I can't. I'm not a screamer, as I say. So some of this can come off. It's not going to go that high. Not going to go that high. Okay, so let's just try it there. Try to fix it where I made a mistake. Look at this stuff. Wow. Some of the old packing material from when this had whatever it was in it is still around the edge. So of course that's going to contribute to my difficulty here. All right, how's this looking up here? Pretty good. Okay. There's that. And I think that will do. So he's getting set aside somewhere. Right here. And you go in here. And I do this over here. I already dropped my phone in the water once today. And for that reason, I had to for that reason, this is sucks. This water. Is there anything? What do I have over here? Nothing. Okay, there's some wire. Oh, I hate to just keep dripping all over my pants like I am. These are what we call school pants. And so this farmer spent time building this kind of deal around the spring so that it could flow down into his pond. And that's the story we're telling here. And what I'm doing while I'm just telling you this is just putting some water on the top of this. And it actually is going down too, but the top part is the part I'm interested in. Okay, so that's not happening. That won't hurt anything. I'm lucky I haven't dropped this water yet. I had it in my hand for a minute. I don't know why I haven't. Well, I almost did just a second ago. Okay, so that's holding that up pretty well. I don't think it's going to go any farther down than that. I don't know if the concrete went down underneath there, and I'm not looking. So the only thing I haven't heard them play over there, his band, is actually some jazz. And I think he might be like most contemporary musicians who are not really jazz musicians. They all say the same thing: I love jazz, and that's all right. It's good to love it. But playing jazz for a living is very difficult unless you are one of the greats. And I was not one of the greats, let's put it that way. So I don't know if that's going to be any lighter than I can tell you, I don't want that way. Let's put some of this in. Throw that in. Go there. Okay, and then the other thing that happens is that when musicians who aren't jazz musicians add a little jazz to their repertoire, it's always so lame. Jazz takes a lifetime to master, and maybe more. And the truth is that most people, as in me, don't master it. We didn't come close to mastering it. it's good that you don't have to master it to play it. I mean, but you'd have to master it to make your living do it. And I know a few guys down here who, and I'm not going to say who, it doesn't matter, who make their living playing. And that is a hard thing to do. Now we're back to something else. This isn't James Brown. Not James Brown. I think you did get away with a little James Brown on a gig. Okay. Go back there. That's you. Anything else I want to do with this right now? I'm not really going to touch it much. Looks like that will work. Pump water. And this is kind of a crude pot, truth be told. But with luck, the upper part of it, where you won't see all this when it's filled with water and a plant. All right, that's good enough right now. Bonsai Anonymous out.